If you want an SUV that's smooth, comfortable, stylish, and finally fuel efficient, the 2026 Nissan Murano might surprise you more than you expect. You're scrolling through car news, half expecting the same old updates, when suddenly the 2026 Nissan Murano pops up and actually makes you stop. That's kind of the vibe around this car right now. The Murano has always been the smooth, stylish cousin in Nissan's SUV family. But for 2026, it feels like Nissan is finally ready to give it the attention it deserves. So let's talk about what's coming, why it matters, and why this new Murano might surprise a lot of people. First off, the design. The Murano has always leaned more toward elegance than aggression, and that philosophy hasn't changed, but it's definitely been sharpened. The 2026 model looks more confident, more modern, and honestly, more premium than before. The front end feels lower and wider, with slimmer headlights that give it a focused, almost concept car look. The grille design is cleaner, less busy, and it blends better into the overall shape instead of screaming for attention. From the side, the Murano still carries that coupe-like SUV silhouette it's known for, but the lines are smoother and more intentional. It doesn't look bulky, and it doesn't try to be overly sporty either. It's the kind of SUV that looks just as good pulling up to a nice restaurant as it does park in your driveway. Around the back, the taillights stretch wider, giving it a planted stance, and the overall look feels more upscale than the outgoing model. Now, one of the biggest talking points for the 2026 Murano is what's happening under the hood. This is where Nissan really needed to step up, and it looks like they finally did. The big news is the introduction of a hybrid powertrain. This isn't just about chasing trends. It's about making the Murano more relevant in today's market. The hybrid setup is expected to focus on smoothness and efficiency rather than outright performance, which honestly fits the Murano's personality perfectly. You're not buying this SUV to race anyone off the line. You're buying it because you want a calm, quiet, comfortable drive that doesn't punish you at the gas pump. The hybrid system should deliver better fuel economy, smoother acceleration in city driving, and a more refined feel overall. And if you've driven older Muranos, you'll probably notice the difference right away. Past models were comfortable, sure, but they didn't always feel modern in how they delivered power. The 2026 version feels like it's finally caught up, especially for people who do a lot of daily commuting or long highway drives. Now, here's something interesting: off-road features. Traditionally, the Murano hasn't been marketed as an off-road SUV, and that hasn't changed dramatically. But Nissan has added just enough capability to make it more versatile than before. Think light trails, gravel roads, snow, rain, and uneven terrain, not rock crawling. With updated all-wheel drive tuning and smarter traction management, the Murano should feel more confident in bad weather or on rough roads. This is the kind of SUV that makes you feel relaxed during a road trip, even when conditions aren't perfect. It's not about adventure bragging rights. It's about peace of mind. Step inside, and this is where the 2026 Murano really starts to shine. The interior has always been one of Murano's strong points, and Nissan clearly leaned into that for this update. The cabin feels more open, more refined, and more thoughtfully designed. Materials are softer, surfaces feel nicer to the touch, and the overall layout is cleaner. The dashboard is more minimal now, with a larger central screen that's easier to use and easier to read at a glance. Controls feel more intuitive, which is a big deal when you're driving and don't want to fight with menus. The digital gauge cluster looks modern without being overwhelming, and everything feels placed where it should be. Seats are another highlight. Nissan has a reputation for comfortable seating, and the Murano continues that tradition. The front seats are plush without being too soft, and long drives should feel effortless. Rear seat passengers haven't been forgotten either. There's plenty of legroom, and the overall space feels airy and relaxed. Noise insulation has also been improved, which fits perfectly with the Murano's personality. This is an SUV designed for quiet conversations, smooth music, and stress-free driving. It's the kind of car you enjoy being in, even when traffic isn't cooperating. Now let's talk pricing, because this is where things get really interesting. Nissan knows the Murano sits in a competitive space, and pricing will reflect that. While official numbers aren't locked in yet, Expectations are that the 2026 Murano will start slightly higher than the outgoing model, especially with the addition of the hybrid system. That said, it's still expected to undercut many premium branded competitors while offering a similar level of comfort and tech. In other words, it's aiming for that sweet spot, feeling upscale without demanding luxury car money. For buyers who want refinement but don't care about flashy badges, this could be a big win. When you compare the 2026 Murano to past models, the evolution is pretty clear. Older Muranos were comfortable and stylish, but they sometimes felt stuck between being modern and being conservative. This new version feels more confident in its identity. It's not trying to be sporty like some rivals, and it's not pretending to be an off-road warrior. It's leaning fully into being a refined, efficient, and comfortable midsize SUV. The hybrid powertrain alone makes it feel like a big step forward. Add the updated interior, the smoother design, and the improved tech, and it starts to feel like a proper generational leap rather than a simple refresh. So who is this car really for? The 2026 Nissan Murano feels perfect for people who value comfort, design, and efficiency over raw performance numbers. It's for drivers who want their daily commute to feel calmer, their road trips to feel easier, and their SUV to look good without trying too hard. It may not be the loudest SUV in the room, but that's kind of the point. The Murano has always been about quiet confidence, and for 2026, it finally feels like it's delivering that message clearly. If Nissan gets the pricing right, and all signs point to them trying, the 2026 Murano could end up being one of those underrated hits. The kind of SUV people don't talk about enough, but absolutely love once they own it. And honestly, that might be exactly what the Murano has always been meant to be.